Welcome to another exciting episode of the Business of Digital podcast, featuring your hosts, Matt Siltala and Dave Rohr. Hey guys, excited to have you join us on this Business of Digital episode. Grateful for you all. And Dave, I don't know if I just jump right into it and
Do it.
let everyone know, but
Do it.
hey guys, we want to let you know that episode 200 that you're listening to right now is our last and final episode of this podcast. So we just want to say thank you all.
Until further notice.
Yes, and we can put that little asterisk in there until
The site's
further
going to
notice.
remain up. All episodes will remain up for at least a few years. I'm going to host them. It'll all be up, so.
And speaking of a few years, it's been a good few years. We were talking about it. It's between 4 and 5 years that we've been doing this, and you were
April 2017, I think, is when we uploaded the first one.
Oh wow! So yeah, it's been a while, and I thought you with what we were talking about before we started recording, I thought that was interesting about like let's go and check out some of the major shows that we like or whatever. Like how many episodes have they done or whatever, and 200 is a pretty good run, and I just
Especially
want
for TV shows. Like, well, we're not a TV show or at all. We're production level.
Oh yeah.
But what was it?
But yeah, I just wanted to, thank you, Dave, for, you and I had a conversation about this many years ago, and we both kind of agreed that anyone that has been listening to the show forever, they know that we hate writing, and that's why we started this show. But
So much easier.
I am
so much easier to produce content this way.
Oh, it is. I love it, and I'm grateful for you that you kind of pushed me into making it happen as well. And doing this. And so thank you, sir, for all that you have done for this podcast and all the effort that you put into it to make it what it was. And it has been my pleasure being a co-host of the show with you. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. And thank you to all the guests we've had. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but I can probably figure that out as I'm rambling about how many guests we've had from our first one to our last one, who was Miss Cushing. I think Annie was technically our last guest then.
She was.
And our first guest was Allison. I think it was.
Was
Allison
it?
Stratton, I think, was our first guest.
Oh, wow.
I believe.
My guest would have been Melissa, but you're probably right.
I think Melissa was one of the first. It's like one of the first, but so far we've had 49. That includes us, so 47 guests.
So as I was thinking about this, like I knew that this show was coming on, and I gotta say it's been kind of bittersweet for me. I definitely know that it's time for this, and you're busier than ever, and things have definitely changed on my end, and so it's definitely the right time, but it's bittersweet because I really have enjoyed this. But it got me thinking back about just all the different episodes and the stuff that we've talked about in the good times. And, one of them that keeps coming to mind, that series that we did with the old school SEOs.
Yep.
And our conversation with Bozer. And that was probably like one of my favorite episodes. And I don't mean to offend any of the guests that we had on because they were all awesome and they're all close friends. But just that one, just sitting there and reminiscing and just, the old school days of SEO.
That whole series was fun.
Oh, yeah, exactly. The whole series, everybody that we talked to on that one, like I love all those people, and that was just a good time. And so, anyone that's hearing this for the first time, or if this happens to be your first episode listening to this, go back and check out some of those. Those were fantastic episodes.
Because that was the 100th episode series. It's funny because I just was trying to look through the in the back end of the WordPress. Came up. So yeah, so we did SEO with Bozer. We did digital marketing with Matt McGee, link building with Deborah Mastler, PPC with Mr. Banks, Jim Banks over in the UK.
That was another fun one right there.
Yeah, talking about old school PPC stuff.
Yeah.
And talking about spamming and jamming with Deborah. We talked about spamming and jamming with Mr. Bozer as well. And then we talked about digital ad innovation and just like a lot of different marketing stuff with Dana Todd during that series as well.
That was another fantastic one.
Yeah, so that was like 2-year mark. So here we are just over 4 years, and we hit 200. So we've been cranking them out
We have
for a
been.
couple of years now.
I
Yes.
know some of the most informative ones, like when we had that. I forget what her title was, but that she worked in the government. Oh, I don't know why my mind's drawn a blank, but it was with all the like the copyright stuff and all that. Anyway, or wait, was it?
Uh,
No, not copyright. It was.
we talked with Ruth, who's actually down in Phoenix, about about some of the copyright stuff.
No, I'm trying to remember. It was the referral from Elmer.
Oh, I I suck with names.
Yeah. Anyway, but those were all good ones, and anyway, I really looking back, I've enjoyed everything I've learned. I've enjoyed all the guests. I've enjoyed our conversations, and it's been fun, man. And just the opportunities that it brought us. Like we were asked on multiple occasions, hey, come and share with people in the audience. At a conference, like come and share with people about your experiences of podcasting, and would you recommend it, and what are your best practices. It gave us opportunity to be on. We've mentioned this before, but we did a big old guide for SEMrush on how to start a podcast, and so these were all like good opportunities. And we got to meet a lot of people, and I would just have random people message me on Twitter all the time and reply to stuff. Hey, love the show, or like they would reach out on LinkedIn. Hey, I heard this episode, or and it was really good to meet and connect and have that network grow a little bit because of this. So.
And the person you were just talking about is Maureen Oldhausen.
Yes, thank you.
She was the former FTC chairwoman.
Yes, that was a very interesting one. That was
I don't think I've ever prepped more for an interview between that one and when we did the two on with Steve Cernak
yes.
on antitrust. We did one initially that dug into Google, and then when we did the second one, like those three are probably the three where I spent the most time, way more than like the other 197 combined, doing my research for.
I remember that
just between the two because of wanting to have questions, wanting to make sure that I covered everything we did cover and could cover. I probably did way more research than that. Way more. Because, normally it's like, oh, this really pissed me off. Let's talk about this. Okay.
Now we have to go.
I read this article, and I found two others about it. The same thing. We should talk about this. Okay.
Now you and I are just going to have to go back to ranting with each other on occasion.
Yeah, we're just going to DM each other like on Facebook and be like, this is stupid. Why does this site do this?
Well, I would just like to, my final thing here, I just would like to, again, thank you, Dave, but also just thank everybody that's ever listened to an episode.
Or shared it, or
shared it, anything like that, yeah.
Listen, or just listened.
Guests, listeners, anybody, and anybody that's made this happen and has made this enjoyable for Dave and I for the last several years. We appreciate it. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I hope that you'll continue to share our episodes. I hope that it will continue to be something that educates you. I hope it's something that continues to live on. Originally, we started this because we did want that mom and pop. We wanted them to listen to a conversation that we were having about certain topics, and we wanted them to be able to take that and be able to grow their business from it, learn something from it, or at least do things better, or learn from some of the mistakes that we've made over our careers. And so,
or seeing other people make.
So again, thank you all. Those are my final thoughts. Anything you want to add to that, Dave?
Nope. Just thank you to all of our guests that have taken time over the last couple of years to join us, change schedules,
put up with us.
And thank you to anyone who's ever shared something on Twitter, retweeted us, shared an episode, mentioned us, linked to us. Or, if someone's ever said, what podcast do you listen to for marketing? And you said ours, thank you.
Yes.
But otherwise, just thank you for all listening to us ramble for, 15 to 25 minutes every week or so for the last 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
You crazy people.
Yes, and indeed. And so again, guys, this will be the the final time for the foreseeable future. But signing off, I'm Matt Siltalo with Avalanche Media, and we got Dave Rohr over there with Northside Metrics. We're still out and about doing our thing, and so make sure you always, you know where to always find us. And so, again, thank you guys, and for the last time, we'll see you guys later.
Danke.